Hello and welcome. What I wanted to do today was put together this video to demonstrate how you guys can use frequency passages such as this to improve your child's overall reading ability. With this video, we're going to take a look at how we can monitor the progress and also help and aid and track errors that are common while reading. So let's take a look at some leveled fluency passages and see how we can improve our reading ability. So here is a typical fluency passage that you could use for repeated reading. This repeated reading strategy goes back decades and is a proven way to help support a child's overall reading fluency, expression, intonation. These are all really important attributes for any reader, especially in the primary grades, moving into intermediate grades. So as we're looking at this passage here, this one by Reading A to Z is they either come in fiction or nonfiction passages. Different companies provide different packets of these passages that you can use with your student. This one in particular is from Reading A to Z, which is a reading program built into the overall platform called Learning A to Z. And Learning A to Z provides a ton of resources, programs that help support teachers and parents alike. And I'll make sure I put that link down below. So as you can see here, this is a level J passage. And on Reading A to Z, they have their own leveling system that correlates with the Lexiles, with the Fontes and Pinnell levels. But what I want to take a look here is I want to show you up close. These passages come with a word count. For example, this one here is 138 words. So that's the number of words that are found in the passage for this particular level. Now, as the levels go higher, the word count tends to increase. You will not find 138 words for a level F or a level G passage. Now, for this particular passage here, what you would have the student do is you would time them for a minute, and you would have them read the passage the best they can at their own pace. We want to be able to give them on-the-spot feedback, but we also want to be able to time them. These are timed reads. They shouldn't take more than a minute to get them to read. But as they're reading these passages, there's something that you as the adult, as the teacher, as the instructor can do to provide on-the-spot interventions, such as if a child is making similar errors, there's a pattern in the errors, you're able to go back and support them with that. Now, some of the different parts that you'll see with these different fluency passages is there are numbers that go along the side. These numbers indicate the number of words in each line of text. So you as the instructor and the student can track how many words are read with each reading. So for example, if this child were to read, let's say 29 words, and they'd stop at the word word, for example. Now some of these passages at the bottom, they do provide some additional resources at the bottom for you for collecting data. For example, the accuracy, which is the number of words correctly read. So the percentage of words read correctly. You can even indicate the number of errors. Now this particular passage here includes the words per minute rate. So within a minute, the target is 70 words. Now research shows that within second grade, they are to read words between 85 and 100 words per minute is the general range of mastery. But what you want to do is have these timed readings, and then you would take each time that is collected after a minute, the number of words read correctly, and then we put it into this graph here. For example, this one here, the Work It Burk It graph of awesomeness. This is Alicia's reading frequency graph. Now, a frequency graph is exactly that. It's collecting the frequency over a period of time. So what we'll do is we'll have 5 days of readings. And what's really important here is this is important for the student as well as the instructor, because the student is the one actually coloring in the graph in different color crayons. And what you'll note at the bottom is that you can note different days of the week, and over a span of time they can actually see their improvement because of the color-coded bars. And that's what this is all about. It's about building their confidence, building their self-esteem, and allowing students to see the fruits of their labor and actually seeing their improvement in real time with each passage read. So if I were to write down, let's say, day 1, day 2, now of course it's better to write down the dates because you can use that for data, especially when you always want to make data-driven decisions in whatever you're doing with the students. So they could read for 5 days, make a mark. You can even indicate the story that was read or the passage that was read. And the student can see the bar for each timed reading. Now remember, this is repeated reading. So we're doing this over the course of 5 days. And with the first reading, we'd make a star because that would establish a baseline goal. And we would do this with each passage each time. And progressively, as the student improves and grows over time, so does the complexity of the text that they're reading. And like I said, this is a huge, huge benefit for students. Repeated readings have been around for a very long time, and we want students to be able to use this information to help them hold themselves accountable and take ownership over their growth. So this one here with Alicia's passage, for example, she would collect this data. She would have her passages in her folder. She would have her frequency graph, and you can make multiple copies. And what I'll do is I'll plug the Reading A to Z link below so that you can have access to these with a subscription. Continue this practice each and every day, and you will surely see growth. Make sure that you're choosing an instructional level passage, because oftentimes we see instructors or parents choosing passages that are too easy or passages that are too difficult. We want passages that fit right within their instructional level. I hope this was helpful, guys. Be sure to hit the like. Check out my other educational videos. Thank you so much for your time. And don't forget, work it like Burke it. And I look forward to seeing you grow in the future.